Go through Gmail. And this might seem like something that everybody's familiar with and that you don't need, but there's a few little tips and tricks that you might find in here that maybe you weren't aware of. In particular, related to managing multiple Gmail inboxes from a single Gmail account. So we're going to go ahead and open my Gmail here, and you'll have to forgive me that I've got my mail actually blurred out just for privacy reasons, but so this is your basic Gmail interface that you guys are probably all familiar with, and we'll just go through this interface real quick. So first of all, you guys should be familiar with these hamburger menus. Anytime you see that, you'll basically be able to expand or contract or open or close some additional menu options or settings. So you should always keep your eye out for things like that. In this case, it's just going to allow you to open or close this menu option on the side. If you see a bar like this will usually give you the option of increasing or decreasing the size of something. And if it's too small, you'll get this scroll bar on the left. And of course, your mouse wheel or a touch input device will scroll that as well. So by default, you'll have some of these icons over here on the left: inbox, start, send. These are kind of the default ones. And then you'll be able to create these additional labels. And we'll go through how to do that in a minute. You can also nest labels within other labels. And of course, you can have sections where you hide some of these, if not. So as you can see, there's all sorts of other things that open up into the more category there. Okay. The other thing we'll do is talk about, like, for example, we've got ours set up with a promotions tab. And that's simply because we get a lot of, emails from various services that we use that maybe we're not interested in. And you can choose to unsubscribe from those, or you can choose to have it broken out into a separate tab from promotions. And we'll go through how to set all that up. And then over here, you've got your quick links to some integrations. So, for example, into Calendar, Keep, which I don't actually use, and Asana, which we do use a lot. And you can add more add-ons over here. Here you can also toggle your split plane view. So if you select something, it will actually pop up on the right with a little preview. This is something that is nice if you don't want to have to open things every time. If you don't have that on, then what's going to happen is you'll actually have to click that and click back to inbox to go back each time. So this is up to you how you like it, how you like to view it. And then here is where you would scroll through your actual emails. So this little tiny thing that's very hard to find. So if you find you're at the end of your emails and you want to see the older ones, you can cycle through them like so. And it'll reload the page, bringing in the older emails in 100 groups. And so you can customize that up there. Another couple of things you can do is choose to select everything at once. And then you can have some options of what you can do with that. You can mark them as unread. You can star them. You can unstar them. You can choose to select all or select none, or you can select them one by one with these checkboxes and then take some actions with the ones that you've selected up here. And then, of course, going through, once you have got it selected, you can choose to archive it, which is not quite the same as deleting it. You can report spam, in which case it will unsubscribe you to that email and kind of block it from coming in again, and send a notification to Google that this is not, this is like just, advertising to my personal or private email. You can delete. And nowadays, things deleted will disappear permanently after 30 days. So be very careful about deleting stuff because you cannot get it from your trash after 30 days. Marking as unread, snoozing it. So basically, it'll kind of hold on for a few days and then it'll remind you again. Or you can add it directly to a task, which I don't use. You can also move it to one of your folders that you've set up, or you can label it with one of your various tags. So none of these things are things that I use that much. I'm not a big fan of Gmail in general. I think it's very messy looking and not easy to clearly find what you're looking for. It's one of my biggest frustrations with Google, but it is what it is. So the next thing we want to talk about is you'll notice I'll have to unblur some of this, but some of these have a little colored tab here. And so actually what you can see over here on the left side is that I actually have an automatic label created. And if I select on that, then it will actually show me everything that is coming in here is actually coming to a different email account. So I have multiple email accounts that I'm accessing from my primary email account. And so as you can see here, these ones are tagged with a different email. So they weren't actually sent to daniel@faunandfocus.org. They were sent to maybe info@faunandfocus.org or, booking@faunandfocus.org. We have a bunch of different email accounts set up for Fauna and Focus that might not be managed by different people. And so there's a lot of use cases of this sort of system. The first time you're setting it up, you'll need to make sure you've logged in to all those other accounts. So, step one,